everyone. Welcome back to my course on enhancing soft skills and personality. This is given to you from IIT Kanpur. I am Ravichandran, giving this in the format of NPTEL MOOC. This is the first week of the course. We started with introduction to the course, and the introduction was actually in the form of giving you a summary of the course that most of you have done before, that was developing soft skills and personality. Two lectures are over, and in the first two lectures I just gave a brief overview of what most of you have done before and what some of you have not done it, but then just to give them an idea as what all others have done in this course so far. So that overview was given, and then the importance of developing soft skills was established. Now in a sense, although this appears to be the third unit and the third lesson, strictly speaking, this is going to be the first lesson in which I am going to introduce the concept that is relevant for this course, that is enhancing soft skills and personality. In this unit, I am going to introduce a very interesting concept, mindset. And this is the first of the lessons in which you will be studying about mindset. What is mindset? Now, before I answer that question, what is mindset, let us look at some of the differences in outlook that is prevailing among people. Now, look at some of the examples that I am going to quote, and then try to see what differentiates the attitude or outlook of the persons involved in the following cases. Now, in the first case, a famous shoe company sent two of its representatives to an island to explore the chance for establishing their new unit. The first representative, as soon as he reached the island, said in a very regretful tone, he sent the message, "No chance, since nobody wears shoes in the island." Whereas the second representative, as soon as he reached the island, said in a very elated tone, he was very happy and sent the following message saying that splendid opportunity since no one wears shoes. If you look at it, the same situation, the same place, two different people. Now, why one is thinking that it's completely lacking in opportunity and another one is just jumping in joy and then thinking that it's full of opportunity? What is it? Now, look at the other examples. Looking at a rose garden, one person said, "So beautiful, full of roses," whereas the other person remarked, "So frightful, full of thorns." Now, again the same rose garden. What is it making these two people telling different things? Same sun, one person felt that it was scorching heat and causing him lethargy. The other person found it very warm, pleasant and energetic. The same rain that was falling on all the people, one person found it very depressing and unwelcome. He was wondering when rain would leave him. The other person found it refreshing and most welcome, and he started writing a poem. Now, the same objects, same situation, same environment, why is it that people are responding in different ways? What is it making them look at the same thing differently? The answer is, the difference lies in mindset. Now, what is mindset? After looking at various definitions, instead of giving you all the definitions immediately, I just thought that I'll put you in a proper frame to understand what is mindset by giving a very overall comprehensive view of mindset. As I understand mindset, it refers to one's attitude, one's idea, notion, disposition, inclination, intention, habit, tendency, propensity, outlook, worldview, philosophy of life, way of thinking, way of observing or way of interpreting, perspective, mood, state of mind, mentality that conditions one to act or respond in a manner that tells upon the personality of a person. What I am trying to tell you, it could be your attitude, it could be the idea that you have in your mind, it is the notion, right notion, wrong notion, disposition, your tendency, your propensity to do something, an inclination, something that is coming naturally, spontaneously in you to do something, the intention that you have, something that you have formed as a kind of habit, something that has developed as a kind of outlook, a worldview, a philosophy of life. That is the way you look at things in general. Your way of thinking, your way of interpreting, the way even you observe things. Like if you look at the example in the rose garden, one person was observing only the thorns, the other person was observing only the flowers. So, the way you even observe, the perspective that you have, you can look at sun as scorching, you can see sun as something that is very warming, energetic. The mood that sets in you, the same environment, rain, can make you feel depressive, can make you feel very inspired and write a poem. The state of mind, the mentality that conditions one to act or respond in a manner that tells upon the personality of a person. Now, the way you think, the way you act on the environment, the way you respond is actually telling what you have inside your mind, the belief that you have, and that is about what I try to call as mindset. In fact, it is not me who is trying to call it, it has been already used and then popularized by one very famous psychologist, Carol Dweck. I will talk about her sooner or later, but before we discuss about her book, look at some dictionary definitions of mindset. The freedictionary.com talks about mindset as a habitual or characteristic mental attitude that determines how you will interpret and respond to situations. It is a habitual or characteristic mental attitude, which means that even you do not think much about it, you have already patterned, okay, that is the way you will behave. Your behavior in a given circumstance is becoming very anticipatory. That determines how you will interpret and respond to situations. Cambridge Online Dictionary says that it is a person's way of thinking and their opinions. The way a person will think and the way a person will give his or her opinion. So, that amounts to mindset. If we slightly go back and look at how the word actually originated, and if you look at the history of mindset, it meant habits of mind formed by previous experience. So, your own experience, you look at somebody whom you had some kind of faith, but then you learned that somebody actually cheated you. Now, you have an experience of disappointment, betrayal, and then every time in future when you look at a similar person, you tend to develop a stereotype of that facial or that kind of person's physical structure, and you try to associate that, and your mind has formed a kind of habit to think negatively about that kind of person. So, habits of mind formed by previous experience accounts for mindset. How do you identify certain types of mindset? In fact, you can use mindset to any kind of habit, any kind of behavior, any kind of attitude that is shown. You may have a defense or offense mindset. So, if you have a defense or defensive mindset, So, you generally try to avoid conflicts. Even while driving, you can be on the defensive or on the offensive. If you are on the defensive, you generally give way to others who want to overtake you. You are not in a hurry, you go in a normal speed, and even if somebody is coming in front, so you are willing to wait till the person goes, although the one who comes in the front is coming in a very aggressive manner, it does not matter for you. If you have an offense mindset, you are aggressive, so you want to dominate, you want to put forward your views first, you want to be heard, you want to establish that you know you should be first and you should be on the center stage. So, you want to start everything first and you want the other person to be a passive receiver. You can have an environmentalist mindset. So, if you have that kind of environmentalist mindset, you have a concern for the environment. So, you know that plastic is harmful. So, when you go to the shop, you avoid taking materials on a plastic bag and then you go for shopping with your own bag, or you go for paper bags, or you can go for anything that can be easily disposed and recycled, but not that will harm the environment. So, you will look forward to spending time in a natural surrounding and all that. If you have a technological mindset, you may believe in the technological singularity, that technology is going to dominate and technology is going to overpower everything else in the world. So, it is a mindset, because you have your own beliefs, you have your own experience, thought process to think so. You may have the same mindset of so many people who are in the class, who are in a group. You may have different mindset than the rest of the people. Most of the geniuses, if you look at, so they always thought ahead of the peer group and they had different kind of mindset. You may have positive mindset, you may have negative mindset. You may have this abundance mindset or the poverty mindset or scarcity mindset. Even in previous course, I talked much about this, the abundance mindset and the scarcity mindset. When you have abundance mindset, you always believe that you will always have your own treasure. So, you do not have to fight with others. If you work hard, you will get your reward. In the scarcity mindset, there is a thinking that resource is scarce. So, you have to be in the rat race, you have to fight with others and to get even what you actually deserve to get. So, in that kind of thinking, there is cutthroat competition, a very negative way of looking at other people, whereas in the abundance mindset, the competition is healthy. In the mindset that is poverty or that is believing in the scarcity of resources, so one thinks that only by killing the other person's all energy and enthusiasm, so this person can establish himself or herself. You also have group mindset, that you tend to take a mindset of the group. Okay, when you are not in the group, you tend to behave in a different manner. There may be public mindset as opposed to private mindset. There is press mindset. So, generally when we talk about press mindset, we know that how press is just focused on highlighting something, and there are times that you see all newspapers, all media channels will carry one single news throughout as if nothing else is happening in the world. So, the press mindset is to harping on something, focus on something and then blow it up out of proportion. So, generally we sort of associate a kind of negative connotation to press mindset and so on. But the most important mindset that you need to know, and that I am going to introduce this, and that is very relevant for developing as well as enhancing your soft skills and personality, is about developing growth mindset as against fixed mindset. So, the most important mindset type that we will be discussing in this course is on fixed and growth mindset. I will tell more about fixed and growth mindset in the coming lecture, but again before we go to that, I just want to tell you about the importance of mindset as such. Can we escape having a mindset? First of all, no. All of us have mindsets. Okay. So, even as I talk to you, I have my own mindset. I have my own opinion, views, perspective of even looking at this course. Now, you may have your own mindsets when you are receiving things. So, all of us have our own mindsets and we work according to our own assumptions, our own perceptions, our own opinions, which are formed from our previous experiences or knowledge gained from peer group. Either we gather experience and form our own opinions, or we accumulate knowledge from the peer group. So, we take inferences from them and then act accordingly. We develop our own group mindset. So, all of us have mindsets, and if you ask me the question whether it is good or bad to have a mindset, first of all you understand that such a question is irrelevant once I have said that all of us have mindsets. So, all of us possess it, but what is the relevance of asking such a question, whether it is good to bad, whether it is good or bad to have a mindset? Instead of asking that, one should realize that either we should have good mindset or bad mindset, or is there something like that? Now, to answer that, I would say that having a mindset, instead of putting relative terms as whether it is a good mindset or a bad mindset, having a mindset in general that results in favorable things around you, okay, that will give you favorable results and positive response from the people around is always desirable. In the sense, so we are always interacting with our circumstance, we are always interacting with people around us, the environment. In the interaction, if you get favorable, positive response, so whatever mindset you have may be a desirable one. However, a mindset that brings in poor results and appear to be harmful to the people around may not be desirable. A mindset of a dictator, so mindset of a serial killer, so these are all going to harm the society as such. And then even with scarcity mindset, if you are supposed to work in a group, so you will always try to pull down others, even if they are better than you, you will not learn from them. So the harmful mindset, if I can elaborate more on that, can eventually develop a kind of mental inertia, and it gets frozen or fossilized and yields to a paradigm. So, what do I mean by having a harmful mindset? Anything that develops in the form of a mental inertia, which means after some time the mind will not progress, the mind will not think further, it gets frozen, it is not in a state of flux, or thoughts get fossilized and you cannot change the pattern of thinking at all, and it yields to a paradigm, a pattern, which will result in actually patterning of behavior and repeated responses. So, time and again you will not change, you will not alter, you will not learn from a failed behavior. So, you will continue to do the same thing because the mindset has let itself into a mental inertia. In short, we can say that it has already become fixed mindset. So, it has become fixed and then there is inertia that has developed and it is not able to grow further. This is where I would like to introduce the famous book by Carol Dweck. Carol Dweck is a world renowned Stanford University psychologist, and based on her research on achievement and success published in 2006, her path breaking book Mindset, The New Psychology of Success. What is her focus on the book? She differentiates people with growth mindset and those with fixed mindset. Since fixed mindset people believe that their abilities are fixed, so they cannot change, they do not flourish in life. Whereas growth mindset people, as they believe that their abilities can be developed through hard work, good strategies and mentorship, contribute to outstanding achievements. Now, the entire book is dedicated to how one should develop this, what are the limitations in keeping a fixed mindset and all that. Again, we will discuss those things in the coming lessons, but before I go to that, there is another interesting thoughts on how to check whether you have a growth mindset or you have a fixed mindset, and this is from Shlo Shong. So, I have given the detail at the end of this lecture. If you want, you can just even go to the link, and it is available online, and it is in the form of an interesting infographic. So, it is in the form of pictures. The condensed thought is something that goes like this, that tries to differentiate the fixed mind people with growth mindset people. And there are 8 points. Now, just see where you fit. So, the fixed mindset people normally try to avoid challenges. So, whenever there is a challenge, they will try to avoid, they will run away, they will hide themselves. Whereas the growth mindset people, they welcome challenges because they see challenges as opportunity to change and grow. Fixed mindset people like status quo, so they hate changes. Any new thing that is introduced, however new it may be, anything that will bring about change at a personal level, professional level, they hate it. Whereas growth mindset people embrace changes, they look forward to changes, they want to change themselves, change the environment and make the place much better than it was before. Fixed mindset people focus on limitations, they always look at shortcomings, they always look at drawbacks in a situation. Growth mindset people look for opportunities. So, remember the first example I gave, island people are not wearing shoes. Fixed mindset person who went as a representative thought that this is a major limitation because they cannot have a shoe factory there as nobody will be wearing shoes. Whereas the growth mindset representative looked that as an enormous possibility of opportunity to establish a big unit there, because people are not wearing shoes. It only needs to tell them the importance of wearing and then make them enjoy wearing that, and once you make them do, and then there is a huge market and demand for selling shoes. Fixed mindset people think that they cannot do anything to change the situation. Okay. So, they will not even do anything, they will not attempt to do anything to change it. Whereas growth mindset people think everything is possible, even in a tight corner, even in a desperate situation, they will seek desperate remedies. They will try to find out some way or other to come out of that situation. Whereas fixed mindset people think that situation cannot be improved, and then they accept it. However, fixed mindset people do not accept criticism. So, if anybody criticizes, if anybody points out some of the limitations, drawbacks in them, so they will react in a negative manner. They do not even accept. They will try to find fault with the other person, and then they will try to snub, they will not receive it. Whereas growth mindset people, they treasure feedback, they value feedback. They use feedback to develop themselves and would learn eagerly from the feedback that is given to them. Fixed mindset people, they always prefer to stay in their comfort zone. Okay. They do not want to try anything new because they are used to doing something the same way, the routine rut that they are used to. So, they do not want to change themselves, they do not want to try anything by coming out of the comfort zone. Whereas growth mindset people, they love to explore new things, they want to try out. So, if something is risky, so that is all the more challenging, they just love to explore new things. Fixed mindset people think their efforts are futile attempts, especially in a situation where they are bound to fail. So, they may think that why to try, so it is futile, it is hopeless to even try, situation will not improve, I am going to fail anyway. Whereas growth mindset people, even if they know that there is this risk of failure, they would fail because they know that they can learn from failure, and they will work hard to develop themselves to achieve success in future. They will make the same failure a howling success in the future. So, they will learn from the situation that caused them failure, they will use new strategies, they will take feedback from mentors, from people who have already crossed that situation, and they will work hard to change that failure into a huge success. Fixed mindset people, attitude towards learning is different from the growth mindset people. Fixed mind people, interestingly, they stop learning after school or college. They think that learning is finished. Once your school is over, once your college is over, they think that learning is finished. So, if they study till 12th standard, they think that after that they do not have to learn anything, or if they finish the graduation, they think that by graduation their learning is over. Whereas growth mindset people, for them learning is a lifelong process and they keep learning till the end of their life. In fact, they devote every day at least 1 hour up to 3 hours to read new things, to keep themselves up to date, to learn what is new, what is happening, what is setting the trend, what is it that they have not learned so far, what is it that can even learn, something like even a foreign language. Okay. You will see growth mindset people learning even at the age of 60 or 70, and then they do not mind learning it even just for the sake of learning, or just for one small visit to a foreign country, or to just for the fun of watching a movie without getting it translated, or just reading that novel in the original language. So, they keep learning till the end of their life. Now, this is a brief catalog, brief way of categorizing fixed mindset people and growth mindset people, and then you just see where you fit in. Especially if you are fitting in the fixed mindset people category, so then you need to realize that you need to slowly move towards this side, growth mindset people. Again, I will tell you why it should be done and how it should be done in the coming lecture, but in the meanwhile, let me conclude this lecture with a very interesting thought from the author of this book, Mindset, Carol Dweck. So, quote unquote from her, she says, "I have always been deeply moved by outstanding achievement and saddened by wasted potential." Just think about this. What does she mean by this? I have always been moved by outstanding achievement and saddened by wasted potential. For further reference, I would suggest that you may go to the site of Carol Dweck online, and then I have given you the link. So, where you can just know brief things about what is mindset. So, whether you have growth mindset or fixed mindset, and then if you have time, you can buy the book, read from the book on your own, the book Mindset itself. And most interestingly, I would suggest that find some time to watch this TED talk. Okay, there is a video lecture by Carol Dweck. So, watch that lecture, and that is about the power of believing you can improve. meaning you can change from fixed mindset to growth mindset. And then the brief information that I produced is from Shlo Shang on 8 signs you have a growth mindset that makes you mentally stronger. Is also available on lifehack.org, which you can go for further reference and then look at the way it's told to you in a very pictorial manner. Now, with this thought on mindset, I would like you to give a deep thought about your own beliefs and then your own values, and then just ask yourself, where are you in terms of mindset? And then in the next lecture, let's look more about what you can do in case you are in a fixed one and why you should change this fixed mindset. So, see you in the next lesson. Until then, bye, have a nice day and try to change your mindset if it is fixed. Thank you for watching this video.